Hi everyone, it's Shirley here from Velvet and Rose, and today I've got Mary with me from Twirl Bridal. Hi
Hello,
Mary.
everyone. Hi.
How are you, Mary?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. Have you been watching the lives to date that we've had with other businesses?
I have. I did start watching them live. Missed a few, so I've watched them on the catch-up bits, which has been great. They've all been really good.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. I think it's quite good to hear about other businesses, isn't it? As to what everyone's getting up to.
It's great because I've only been in the Petersfield area for 2 years with the shop, so it's nice to see who else is around, and I'm going to go visiting when I can.
Okay. So Mary, tell us a bit about your business, where you are exactly in Petersfield and what you used to do before.
So, well, I used to do catering, and that was my first job. And then I had children, and then I went into secondary education as an attendance manager, which was a big job, quite a lot of welfare involved. And then I left there and moved into the shop, bought the business. So that was only just coming up to 2 years ago, the end of this June. And I've been learning the wedding business, haven't done it before. Just carrying on and learning and loving at the moment.
So what made you choose bridal wear?
Oh, well, I got married myself in 2017, and I went and bought my dress from here, Twirl, and then I went on and found out that this was for sale. I had an inheritance and decided that I would put it to good use. So, so I bought the shop, bought my dress, and then I bought the shop.
And did you have staff at the shop, or is it just you in there?
It is just me. Yeah, just me, and so I do everything. But it's fine. It's a small shop. It's very independent boutique, so it's enough to have just me in here.
And where in Petersfield are you?
I'm in Charles Street, so I'm very near the
Street.
station, just near the station.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And your bridal wear, what styles are they? Because I know you can get different types. You can get like more retro, really modern.
You can. So mine are very vintage style. I've got a lot of the T-length dresses. I think that's really the unique selling point of the shop. And then I do have longer dresses, but some of them do have that vintage twist. So it's very much vintage with a modern twist. And they're beautiful.
So with regard, with the lockdown now, is this January, February? Is that the time when people normally buy bridal wear? What time of the year do they normally buy?
Yeah, generally speaking, it picks up about February time. You go through into July, and then August goes quiet again. So it could be that we get busier in August this year. It just depends what happens and how soon we can open our doors again.
Have there been any weddings on that you know of that are coming up in July, August time, or do you think many brides have postponed them?
Most have. My own son is actually getting married in August, and they're still hanging on in there at the moment. But they have a second date for next August, if not. And I think that's what a lot of people are doing at the moment. There's a few people that are just waiting to see, especially the September ones. But generally speaking, the July and early August are now just changing dates, trying to get a new date for later in the year. But of course, some people are then changing the style and theme of their wedding. If they decide to go for a Christmas wedding instead, and they can get it, then they're having to look at maybe changing how they were going to theme their wedding.
So have you had brides that have bought a dress and they were going to be wearing it in July, August, and would they need to buy another wedding dress, do you think, or if they change their minds about the theme?
Yeah, no, not necessarily, because the dresses are very adaptable. Most of the dresses here you could wear at any time of year. So what we do is we look at how they could accessorize it, maybe a lovely fur cape or something like that, just to keep them warm. Mostly weddings are indoors in the winter anyway, unless you're going to have some sort of barbecue outside or something. So generally speaking, they don't need to change their dresses.
And what other services do you provide? I know you do the dresses. Do you do shoes and other pieces?
Yeah, just beside me, I've got some lovely wedding shoes, which can be dyed as well, so they get the choice of their ivory or colour.
That's a good
which
idea.
is
Yeah.
really, really good. And they get that done free by the company that does them.
Oh.
So really good selling point for the company. And then I've got evening wear, bridesmaids dresses, and prom dresses. So I do have the prom season, which would normally be very soon, which has been cancelled or postponed, but generally postponed. I think most of the schools are looking at trying to do something later on for those who had to leave so abruptly back in March.
I know some of the teenagers that I know of, they're just heartbroken that they couldn't do it when they thought they were. But I think some of the schools are rethinking and, like you say, postponing them as well, which let's fingers crossed, let's hope these events do take place. Because I think I also heard it, there were rumours about having just slightly larger gatherings, but for me, it just still sounds like a rumour rather than anything concrete.
I think you're right. I think it's going to be a while, and I think obviously they're waiting on figures and data and so on. So we don't know. Everyone doesn't know, and we've just got to go with what we're actually instructed to do, and then using our common sense, as Boris tells us, and moving it forward when we're allowed to.
So how do people find you as such? So how do most of your customers come to know of you?
I think so. A lot of it's word of mouth, recommendations, which are always lovely to have on Google or on your pages, on your Facebook page. So I have Facebook and obviously do some advertising on there. I have Instagram and I've got my own website. So sometimes people are just Googling vintage wedding dresses and up comes my website, and then they have a look and then they give me a ring or they contact me on the form that's on there. So generally, though, a lot of people know about the place because they're looking specifically for the vintage style.
Okay, great. And then with regards to the lockdown, so what have you been doing in lockdown?
Well, I've been baking. With my son's wedding coming up, I think everyone's been baking. I couldn't even get eggs or flour or whatever, but my son's asked me to do his wedding cake, so I've had to make some taster cakes to make sure that they're going to like what I'm making. And they, have a little practice just in case we have the August wedding this year. But if not, we can go for next year, and they will have had some nice cake to eat, hopefully. So I've done lots of baking.
If you need a second opinion on the cakes, just let me know. I love sponge cakes.
I've been making it very, very cleanly and hygienically, so you'll be okay. I've been reading, and I've been I used to write stories for children, so I've been recording those because a lot of them are quite old now, and sending them off to my grandchildren who've been really enjoying them, apparently.
That's a lovely idea.
Yes, and now I'm having to write new ones because I'm running out of what I'd written.
Have you got them on, so you don't have them on the Facebook page or anything like that?
No,
that could be a nice idea.
I've just sent them because I always say hello to them all first and send them kisses at the end. So I'd probably have to re-record them. Make it quite personal.
So opening time, is it going to be June for you, or are you going to delay the opening?
I'm not certain yet. I think I will very cautiously start in June if we're allowed to, because again, it's not definite yet, is it? A little bit reticent. I personally feel it's a bit early. Wedding appointments are very specialised one-to-one appointments, and people do want to try the dresses on. So I have thought through how I can do that cleanly and cleaning in between and all of those things, putting dresses aside, doing some virtual appointments beforehand. But ultimately, I think July is wiser. If somebody is interested and they want to book for June, we'll look at how we can do it safely.
Okay, and you're in the boutique now, aren't you? And did you say you were decorating? And
yeah, so we decorated the front part of the shop about a year ago, but we decided we needed to decorate the changing room just to brighten it up, and the back room, which is just the kitchen and toilet area. So just giving, my husband's out there working. I'm just sitting talking.
That's all right. What we're good at. Right. So yeah, the 10 minutes has come to an end as such. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention before we go?
I think just, I want to welcome people back to the shop, especially local people. It'd be lovely to see local people coming in. I'm always happy to talk at the door to people. If people want to keep a safe distance, fine. I will everybody rest assured that I will be making sure that, I'm sure you will as well, that the shop is safe and clean for everyone. I've just thought I might make you laugh. Instead of the old rubber gloves that everyone's going to be using, I've got some gloves. Just trying to put one on for you to show you. It's a vintage shop. I think we need gloves I can wash in the washing machine. Yeah. So how about a nice posh glove when you're handling the dresses?
That looks lovely.
I think that would be much nicer.
They look much better than the marigolds I have in mind.
Absolutely. And if we've got to have the masks on, then, you know, it's going to be a look, that's for sure. But yeah, I think just everybody be assured it'll be clean. I'm here. I'm open to chatting. Love to meet people. But I especially want to see local people here. I think it's really important, and what you're doing is helping us as local businesses to show people that we are here in Petersfield, and of course you're there too, and I'm hoping somebody will actually interview you at some point.
We'll see. I'll probably dread that. Well, thank you very much, Mary. It's been so lovely talking to you, and to you. Take care. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Bye. Bye.
Bye.